to the point where you just know that you know that you know that something had to change. Like something has to change right now. I call that the breaking point. And your breaking point, I'm sure, is probably different than my breaking point. However, someone says everyone has a breaking point, so be careful. Be careful. When you get there, life has to shift. So I'm so excited today to invite an old friend of mine. Is so excited. I'm excited to have her back in my life, Judy Hewitt, as she comes on to discuss when life requires a shift. She actually had enough of living for others, had enough of pleasing people. One of the things in the book, she says, at the age of 59, I realized there was more life behind me than in the front of me. And I'm sure many of you can relate to that. So coming up soon, all that and more coming up with my guests, Judy and Hewitt. So stay tuned. But welcome to the show. I want to make sure that you invite someone to hear this, invite someone so that we can together discuss our breaking point and what do we do about it? What do? We don't just, break or quit. What are we going to do so that we can move beyond the things that could possibly break us? So right now, please invite someone on this live with you. Hello, Miss Kathy. Kathy here is already here. She's such a good friend. A good friend. I apologize that we're late. We had technical difficulties, but this is called live. And I try to be transparent with what happens on our show. We just had a little bit of technical difficulty. So I hope you're excited to hear Miss Judy. So not to prolong it too much, but take a minute to invite someone. If you're watching on Facebook, simply tag their name in the comment section and they'll see that you have tagged them, or just text them real quick. Go get on this because you don't want to miss someone who's been there, done that. And now she has moved above and God is using her to speak into our lives. If you're watching on YouTube, please simply share the link. Get the women in the house, get the young ladies in the house, because we're going to chat about the breaking point when life requires a shift. Okay, this is a compilation effort. I'm just so excited. And one of the things you should know, if you guys are speakers or just in the arena of public speaking, Les Brown actually endorsed this book for all of the other authors. So we're about to hear something great. If you're new to this platform, my name is Paulette Rolle-Alesnik. And on this show, in this space, we actually talk about personal finances. That is how to make extra money, how to create and develop multiple streams of income, and how to increase your wealth. Now, we have Judy on the show today because I believe that if you are dealing with things that is just causing you to stay where you are, that might break you, you just don't have I think the energy that it takes to create and have your personal finances in place. So this is a little bit different, but I know it's a treat for each and every one of you. Let me properly introduce my friend as you tag one of your friends. Okay, let's hear about Judy real quick, and then we'll invite her. You'll see her face. Judy Ann Hewitt. She's an author, speaker, and an advocate. She's a co-authored, like I told you, the best-selling anthropologist, one was called Such a Time as This, and the other, The Breaking Point. Bestseller on Amazon. Judy has been spotlighted in several magazines and had the honor of speaking on multiple platforms, including this one, to promote her book and talk about her journey where she is right now. She has a Bachelor's of Science degree in Business Administration. Her career spans over 18 years as a case manager, an admitted writer, poet, and lover of art and music. Hey, we have that in common. Judy has committed her life to using the gift that God has given her to improve the lives of those who are touched by her writing. She's originally from Trinidad and Tobago. Now she resides in Florida as she dedicates her life to helping raise her 4 grandkids. And I hope even today we get to hear a little bit about the kids and her family. Ladies, Welcome to the show, Judy and Hewitt. Welcome, Judy. Hi, can she hear me? Judy, welcome to the show. I can see her, but I don't think she can see me. Can you hear me, Judy? We're having a little bit of technical difficulty. So until Judy comes on, Judy, I hear you, but you're frozen a little bit. As soon as you can, say something. And in the meantime, I'm going to say hello to Yazzie. Hello to Kathy. Thank you for being here. Judy? Oh, we tested this. The devil is a liar. Y'all pray. we tested it and the mic was working fine. Everything was working fine. Now she's having a bit of a problem. Let's try this again. Judy, can you hear us? Judy's having a little bit of a problem. Kathy is saying bless. Well, again, Judy, until we get Judy on, I think she disconnected. She's going to come back on. She's on this show to talk about the breaking point when life requires a shift. So what is it in your life that you know, like, you've had enough? Enough is enough, right? And you might not know what to do. And that's okay. That's when we know that something has to change. You have to shift. You have to move. Let me make sure Judy's not calling me. You have to make sure that something moves out of the way and you shift your life so that life doesn't break you. Because we've all been there. We've all had our breaking points. I know that I have. And I shift, well, multiple times, you know, I definitely shift in a higher gear. Sometimes I had to shift down to come back up, but all is well and I'm still here. Thank you, Jesus. Let's try this again. Let's see if we can hear Judy. Judy? Miss Judy Ann Hewitt, can you hear us now? I think she's still having technical. Can you hear us, Judy? Oh, man. She's okay. We've lost her. We've lost her. We're going to give her a few minutes. Thank you guys for your patience. I pray that she gets back on quickly. As you can tell, we're having technical difficulties with her getting on the show. And we appreciate just hanging there for a few seconds because I do want to hear her story, how she went from feeling depleted and feeling that, you know, she's doing for everybody else except herself, to having a book endorsed by Les Brown. We want to hear the story. We want to hear the steps of how God used her to get there. So if I hear something else, if you yourself have endeavored to write a book or to do something, please share a little bit of your story in a comment while we wait for Miss Judy. We're gonna be connected today. She's back again. Let's try this. The third time is a charm. We can see you. Can you see us? She's there, but she's like frozen.
Hi.
We can hear you. It's kind of a little bit, you know, staticky a little bit. Go ahead and say something, Judy. We've invited you already on the show. How are you doing? How are you doing? We have absolutely no audio right now. No audio. We cannot hear you. Judy, we cannot hear you. Okay, guys, here's what we're going to do. I know you guys are still watching, but what I'm going to do, because the show is centered around Judy, I'm going to disconnect and we'll we'll try again to see if we can get her back on. I don't want to do the show by myself simply because I want her to share about her beautiful book, The Breaking Point, which is on Amazon. So we're going to try to get her on in just a second, okay? So hang tight. We're going to disconnect and come back on. Give me a few minutes. I appreciate you, Kathy, Yazzie, whoever else are watching. I know you guys don't all say hi, but I sincerely apologize. Let's fix this, and we're going to jump right back on. Okay? Thank you so